Next up, we have Michael Williams from Electrolux to talk to us about wet cleaning and give us a bit more detail about the technology coming through. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm here today to talk to you about Lagoon Wet Cleaning, Lagoon Advanced Care, which is the product of Electrolux. My name is Michael Williams, and I'm the Business to Consumer Segment Manager for UK and Ireland. Today we're going to talk about professional garment care using water. Lagoon is, of course, our brand name for the product. People ask, why are we talking about water? Why is it so great to talk about water? Why is everyone exhibiting a machine that can clean with water? We have to talk about some facts, and all the facts that we'll be using are studies done by a company called CleanEx, part of the Solvatex study and Solvatex paper that they produced in 2011, and another one, Solvatex 4, that followed in 2014. Why water? If you look at the most common reason why professionals, why people take their garments to professional cleaners, spot elimination or stain removal, as we call it, is the first and most important reason why people actually take their garments to a dry cleaning service or a cleaner or a wet cleaner. And that is actually high on the priority, and that's what CleanEx proved to us. 94% of the people will actually take the garments because it's got a stain on it. There's some other material protection, the garment's SP, professional clean. Ironing performance is always up there, but again, a common denominator is always stain removal. So we have to talk about, again, cleaning performances of water, cleaning with water, and cleaning with solvents. Cleaning performances on non-water soluble stains, where we're not going to kid ourselves. For oily, greasy stains, you have a benchmark set by PERC, and it's very difficult to get anywhere near. If you look at hydrocarbons in comparison, it's not as effective as PERC, and of course, wet cleaning doesn't even get anywhere near that. If you look at performance on water-soluble stains, you notice that water is probably now becomes the best solvent that's available. You look at hydrocarbons and other solvents, and it doesn't compare. Now the benchmark becomes water. And again, according to Solvatex study that was done by CleanEx, they proved to us that there's 85% of stains that are water soluble. So we see actually why there is an interest in actually cleaning with water and as a complement or as a replacement altogether to cleaning with solvents. Technologies around the world that we have available to us right now. Up in 2011, the most recent study that we had in 2011 actually proved to us that out of all the installation, the lion's share is still dry cleaning using PERC at 61% worldwide, 24% using hydrocarbons, and 12% now are actually 100% cleaning with water. Now we're waiting on the numbers to actually come now in 2016 to see how that compares to 2011, and I could see easily that number being swapped around, with 24% actually becoming wet cleaners and 12% becoming hydrocarbons, but still we still have PERC as the main benchmark. So disadvantages of cleaning with water. We're talking about advantages. We said that 85% of the stains can be actually now removed with water. Great. Let's talk about why water hasn't picked up a lot sooner. Why we were talking about these machines now. For the longest time, it's actually had a slow process in comparison to dry cleaning. You know, you have to clean, you have to dry, and then you have to hang. And that hanging could be anywhere between 2-3 hours up to even potentially overnight. The finishing, of course, takes a little bit longer, a lot longer in some instances. So you need specialist finishing machines. So if you didn't have these finishing machines, again, it means that you spend more time finishing. An ability to clean specific fabrics. Inability to clean certain items then. So that's a limitation to the business. In as much as you want to remove stains, you want to be able to clean everything and anything. So for that, I'm putting sensitive silks, sensitive velvets on there. Also talking about high-end structured garments, which sometimes maybe have been trouble with traditional wet cleaning. And of course, if you are a busy operation, you need hanging space. If you didn't have the hanging space, traditional wet cleaning was not for you. you have a nice dry cleaning machine, and then you would like to add the wet cleaning machine to remove the stains, to remove the smells, but you have another problem, which is actually finding the space to put all these garments that we just cleaned. So the current scenario that we have climate change. It's a problem. Everyone is talking about it. We have SEDs. I mean, everyone over here is a professional cleaner and will actually be impacted in SED in one way, shape, or form, whether it be forms, whether it be cleaning, or whatever it is. For us, we also have to look at green peace of mind, and we have to look at a green alternative. The customer is actually demanding a green alternative from us, professionals. But the stringent regulations and the solvent usage and the increasing demand from the customers for an ecological process means that something has got to change. So what do we do right now? Whatever we do, it has to be efficient, it has to provide us quality, and it has to provide us with productivity. And if we don't tick these three boxes, unfortunately, we don't have a real alternative. So with Lagoon Advanced Care, we believe we have got the highest profitability, and we also have a game changer. I'll tell you a little bit more about it. Solvent-based and water-based. I think I could touch base in the first few slides about it. Speed. Solvent-based is a lot quicker than traditional wet cleaning. If you compare that to a water-based solution, it becomes slower. Ease of use, of course, it's a lot easier to clean with solvent. With water-based, that's a frowning face. On green aspect, and even it could be the perception of our customers, our end customers. Solvent-based, unfortunately, doesn't get a smiley face on that one. The reason for that is because the production cost of a traditional cleaning with solvent versus cleaning with water, it's a lot cheaper to clean, it uses less energy, and again, it's the perception of the end customer as well that we're impacted with this. Now, with Lagoon Advanced Care, for the first time, we can actually talk about a solution that's fast, easy, and green. It's literally the first process that ticks all the boxes. So the solution, our experience with this process, we've been actually dealing with this for over 20 years, well over 20 years. Our first experience in 1992 was a machine called Wetcleaning. Wetcleaning was a machine that was designed due to pressures in some countries around the world to have an alternative fluorocarbon as well as to PERC. And we introduced that machine, but it was a nice complement. If it was a standalone, it would have been a lot of work, to be honest with you. In 2004, we introduced Lagoon Woolmark. It's an end-to-end process that's endorsed by the Woolmark company. But this is a washer, this is a dryer, it's a complete setup, including finishing machines, the training, and the business behind it as well. Now, in 2010, we were no longer in the infancy stage of Lagoon Woolmark. We celebrated a new era of actually delicate garment care, where we knew out of 3,600 installations what the system is capable of and how to get the best results. So we celebrated that by relaunching Lagoon with a different name. We moved it from trademark over to registered, of course. And in 2015, we brought forward the first system, cleaning of water, Lagoon Advanced Care. It's the only system that's able of replacing a dry cleaning machine on a one-to-one basis. It's quite a statement. But again, we've got the demonstrations downstairs where I hope you can actually see that for yourselves today before you leave. So, point versus point, I'm not going to dwell too much over that. You know, everyone wants to have a greener solution. Why? Because potentially PERC is being banned across the world. It's not impacted us yet, but some people have got the need to change that. But throughout that, you have to have the productivity, the quality, and the efficiency. And if you don't have that, you don't have a solution. So that I'm going to summarize all that PVP. Again, we talk about a solution that's not just dry cleanables. We talk about professional cleaning. Professional cleaners right now do more than suits, do more than dresses. Professional cleaners now talk about doing regular laundry, service washes. We talk about doing shirts. We talk about curtains. We talk about skins, rugs, carpet cleaning, the works. So again, we're not talking about just dry cleaning of suits and dresses. Top 5 signature features. It does have outstanding results because, again, if we think about to that point where 85% of the stains are water soluble, we have much better results with cleaning with water. Dry to dry in an hour, which is key. Of course, we removed the slow aspect. Speed is now no longer an issue. we can actually achieve the same turnaround times as as a typical dry cleaning machine. Sustainable and eco-friendly, of course, we have got a biodegradable detergent used with these machines, so we're using water and a natural solvent. And of course, delicate on all delicates, it is still a Woolmark approved, and we've got the Woolmark cycles on there as well. And rapid return on investment, I'm not going to dwell too much over that, but again, it's the cost per piece to prepare from cleaning to finishing. It is a very, very competitive offer. And again, I'll be more than glad to explain that a little bit more down in the stand. Let's just to summarize, it's a fast, easy green process, and it's the first wet cleaning solution that's able of replacing a dry cleaning machine on a one-to-one basis. It's an eco-friendly process that's water-based, that still gives us all the advantages of cleaning with water and all the simplicity and speed of actually cleaning with solvents. So how does it work? Garment is received, our pre-spotting is very quick in comparison to a traditional cleaning with solvent, because we're only actually cleaning and treating the synthetic stains, or the artificial stains as we call them. Everything else is going to come out in the wash, to speak. The garments are actually put through a wet cleaning cycle that's about 20-25 minutes, and then a tumble dry for about 20-25 minutes, and the garments are categorically ready to finish. You probably noticed that we skipped over specific requirements for additional machines. So again, less pre-spotting is required to achieve these results. Dry to dry in an hour. If that actually, we can, for the first time, we can actually offer an express service with wet cleaning. A lot of our cleaners have got contracts, and they've actually won these contracts with these hotels because of the fact that they are professional wet cleaners. They take a big the green box for hotels, for larger organizations. They get these contracts, and unfortunately, if you give them time limitations, they will struggle with it. Now, it's no longer the case. We have got a solution that's able to meet any time restraints, because the drying time and the cleaning time and the drying time is that of a solvent machine. The wet cleaning process, if anyone has had a wet cleaning machine in the past, or even a machine at home that has got a wool cycle, you probably noticed that there is a bath, high water levels, and there's gentle agitation. Now, this gentle agitation has been with us from year dot. I mean, we don't have to do it in a machine. We can actually do it in a bucket. But we automated that by putting it in a machine. Now, that was 20 years ago. Now we moved to a new system called the Pro VTEX. What the Pro VTEX is basically a pump in the bottom of the machine that creates a gentle vortex, takes the water in from the bottom of the drum and redeposit back on the top. So we're no longer using friction in the drum and a bath. We are actually using a hydraulic effect to do the cleaning. Because of the hydraulic effect, now we're able to actually load the machine up at 50% more. So a 20-kilogram machine can actually give us a proper production of 14.5 kilos every 20-22 minutes. So it's almost back at that speed that you want to not to jeopardize the business by going green. Because of there's no friction as well between the garments, because of that cradling effect is no longer the case, we are able to load up a little bit more. So the drying process, anyone who's cleaned with water will actually see this picture behind me and think to themselves, what on earth have I got myself into? And it's true. That's what the garment actually looks like by the time you've taken it out of the washing machine. At the end of every wash cycle, or every cleaning cycle, there's an element of dewatering, hydro, an extraction. And it's going to cause that. Now, traditionally speaking, with the traditional wet cleaning, you would have had to have a former where you put that garment on the former, and the former would have reshaped it and also assisted in the drying process. It's not the case with Lagoon Advanced Care. This is the garment after tumble drying. And this, by the way, is actually one of our manager's suits. It's a Super 120s with viscose lining. So that is the before and after, and that's from the wash to the dry, and that's after drying. The active agents in the detergents are actually heat sensitive. They will evaporate in the tumble dryer, and by evaporating, they're expanding and removing all the creases and the little wrinkles that were creating a lot of work in the past for us. Also, the residual moisture controller in the tumble dryers work to extreme accuracy. where we're not bone drying a garment, we're actually leaving the relative humidity in that garment. So our finishing is going to be a lot quicker without having to rely on a cabinet to re-inject some steam to be able to get any flex when we're ironing. So our finishing is a lot easier because the garment has got its natural moisture in it. We've not bone dried it. So the finishing process, we take the garment from there. There's no need to hang dry. The garments are fully dry to touch. And of course, they got no wrinkles, little wrinkles if anything. The finishing requirements are actually minimal in the terms of equipment required as well as the skill needed. Smaller operations can easily operate with just a table or even not having to replace their existing machines. So whether they use a traditional Suzy or a cabinet, we don't have to change that anymore. So even smaller operations, less than 70, 80 pieces, can be actually processing without anything other than just a table. You'll see that on our stand. We literally have a washer, dryer, and of course a table. So that machine now becomes a complement at best. It's actually an expensive complement if you ask me, but it was a necessity before. It's no longer needed now. Top class solution, we've got an ideal complement for the dry cleaning machine. It's a little machine. It's a 60 by 67 centimeters. It's an ideal complement for that. It does 8 pieces every 20 minutes. And of course, we've got a larger solution as a replacement to the dry cleaning process, which is designed for 250 items plus. And of course, both machines are equipped with the Pro VTEX, the latest technology. Expert endorsements, we've got the Woolmark endorsement on Lagoon Advanced Care, as we have done on Lagoon since 2004. For anything that's labeled Woolmark or with delicate wools, can be cleaned with Lagoon. And of course, that's not enough for us. We went over to Hohenstein Institute, where we've got an endorsement from them, and as well as a report saying that after 12 cleans, after multiple cleans, there's no textile deformation, no color loss, and of course, no dimensional changes, which is really important. And again, we will be able to show you garments down there that have been cleaned and recleaned and recleaned. A comprehensive offer, of course. Lagoon is more than just a brand for a washer and a dryer. It's a comprehensive offer which includes consultancy, and training, sales, servicing, and communication to ensure best operations and best profitability afterwards. We also have lovely images that go with that as well. I need to bore you with this. Some directed at end customers, some of them directed at, of course, businesses. But of course, they always help in relaying the green message. Comprehensive offer. This is one of our field test sites, actually. It's been running since 2014 before we did the launch in the UK. Thanks to Lagoon Advanced Care, we can really do anything now with water. Garments come out from the process extremely clean and very easy. And restoring them to shape has become an easy task. We have no need to use solvents anymore. That was actually one of our cleaners since 2010, where they had a dry cleaning machine to complement the Lagoon for larger items and things. Now, categorically, since 2014, they've been solvent-free. That's basically the end of my presentation. I'll be more than happy to answer any of your questions for the next couple of minutes. Otherwise, I'll be on stand 49 for the next couple of days if you have any questions.